Let's get it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we're here for another episode of Flaeva, and we have, well, the second guest. Nick corrected me. Is that right?
It's true. Salvatore was the first guest in this studio.
And you all know I won't count the dog as a guest, so technically it's the first guest. Please welcome Mr. Jack Young.
Jack Young from the Ryde Run Club. Leave the intros up to me, mate.
Okay, you go.
It's all right.
Take over.
Well, no, I just did it.
Is that all you have for him?
It's Mr. Jack Young from the Ryde Run Club.
Yeah, there you go.
Ryde Running Club.
Well, it's either Ryde Running or Ryde Run Club. We kind of go through both.
I like Ryde Run Club.
Is that because you said it?
No, it's just it's quick, it's catchy.
We did a little rebrand that was kind of unnoticed halfway through the first year and changed all the Instagram names. But it's still on Instagram. It's Ryde Running, but we're known as Ryde Run Club. So
Ryde Run Club.
Yeah, well done.
We've got both of them. So if anyone wants to start a competitor there, we've got both of them.
Yeah, watch out. Nick may do it.
I'm definitely not running nowhere, mate.
I didn't want to say it.
Huh?
What would you call your run club?
To the fridge.
To the fridge and back club. Before we get into all of that, because obviously it's a hot topic, Jack, and it's great that you've started something like that. So we're keen to hear more about it. We're actually talking. We need to film offshoot. We literally just had a podcast.
Yeah.
This happens all the time.
Yeah, but you know what? They'll never get that.
I know.
They have to come here. Live audience.
Yeah, there we go. Live audience.
Would be cancelled.
Sit behind the cameras.
All right, Jack, what we normally do on these episodes, just to do a bit of an icebreaker, we do a first four. We've got brand new questions. It's quick fire.
Ooh.
Okay, so you can have time to think about it.
Yep.
You know, we have not told him what they are.
No.
So, like any guest, we treat them all the same. So the first one is, what is your pet peeve?
When people are eating and they like are chewing just loud enough to hear, but not like obnoxiously loud, like across from the table, and I can hear like that.
So you prefer a louder chewing than a softer chewing?
Well, a louder chewing like means like, you know, you're proper enjoying that, but like that soft, like the smack sound, like drives me up the wall. I can't stand it.
It's kind of like, are you enjoying the food or not?
Yeah.
Like, are you still like getting the taste for your palate? Like, what's going on there?
But also it's usually like when someone's like just starting to talk, I'm like, just finish your food and then talk. Like I just...
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
You know what? We went to dinner like 2 weeks ago when I got back, and he's actually a really good eater.
Yeah, mate.
I'm a professional.
He's a professional. No, but there was no like. I had just realized that it was a very pleasant dinner.
Yeah, I'm a professional eater, mate.
He's been raised right, you know.
I'm trying.
He has.
I'm trying.
Yeah. All right, that's a good pet peeve. I think a lot of people have that too.
Yeah.
What was yours again?
I can't even remember.
Yeah.
We talked about
chairs.
last week? Chairs, yeah. Tucking in the chairs when you get up.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
But that's hospitality for you.
Yeah, teaching too.
Yeah. Yeah. And swinging on chairs, right?
Oh, yeah. You got to tell them the story of the crack of the back of the head.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Oh, I knew a kid that did that. No, no one knows.
No one knew a kid.
No one knew it.
Don't do it. Spoiler alert.
Don't do it, but don't do
it. All right, moving on. Smash the first one. What is the best lesson that you have learnt to date?
That's good. That's a very good question, boys. The best lesson that I've probably learned is, and this is going to be like, I think you're going to be like, what the heck? What are you talking about? No one really cares. Like when you go through like primary school and high school and all those kinds of things and all those milestone life events, when you reflect back on it, like outside of your immediate circle of like the people that really truly love you, no one really cares about it. So whether it's great or whether it's like the worst thing in your life, no one really cares. So oftentimes that's quite relieving in the sense that, you know, you can just go out there and do something. Like if you want to go out and do it, you can just go out and do it, because in the end of the day, no one's going to really care. So like the people that are close to you, if they genuinely care about it, they're going to support you through it and help you through it. And no matter what it is. And that's really helped me a lot of times where like, especially like starting the run club, that was a big thing of why I started the run club, was no one cares. So why not just start one? So yeah, that was a big like life lesson that I learned very early on. And yeah, I think that's stuck with me quite a long time. And
It's phenomenal.
yeah,
Was that by yourself or did someone tell you that?
I think it was more just like life experience of like, and seeing things around me happen and being so worried about like what other people were doing or what other people were wearing or what other people were thinking about me or those kinds of things. And then when you really look back and think about it, like no one really cared about this tiny little aspect that I probably spent 3 weeks worrying about. Or I remember in like high school, like you had to wear a certain type of shoe or you had to wear a certain certain style of jeans that were from General Pants. Otherwise, no one thought you were cool. And that was just in my head. Whereas like, you know, you go and buy like a $25 pair of jeans back then, which, you know, was probably an appropriate price to pay back then. But, but yeah, no one really cares, you know, it's quite relieving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great mindset.
That is a great mindset. It's fantastic.
Do you follow that?
I do. I think the world would progress so much more if people realize that no one actually gives a damn.
Well done.
Try not to swear, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Well, no one cares.
But no one cares. So
No, that's a great one. I think a lot of people need to do that, but it's hard, man. You got that fear, you got the anxiety that comes into play, but
It does.
you need a good circle and a good team.
Yeah.
That's how you get there.
And the people that do care are the ones that you'll take on board.
100%.
So
I
Beautiful.
like it.
All right, next one. What's one invention you wish you invented?
crypto, like, like if you're gonna like invent something that's just like absolutely skyrocketed in the last 10 years, crypto. But that'd be like a hectic way to make money. But I think probably, I don't know, to make money, crypto. But you know,
What about for your heart, for your soul?
for my heart, for my soul,
New Balance.
yeah, nah. I'm an Asics boy. I'm an
Okay,
Asics
Asics.
boy. I don't know. Probably something to do with like caring for people or helping others or
The hug. Imagine you
No.
invented the hug.
the hug. That's crazy.
That's beautiful.
That's probably something around like mental health. Maybe like inventing like Black Dog or something like like the first men's mental health charity or something like that. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We still could do it now, to be fair.
yeah.
But you're not the first.
I won't be the first, but I've got a few mates that are in that area that have started charities around that. So
Yeah.
We will bounce back on that because I've
Yeah.
just had a great idea.
Okay. All right. And first full question before you're done. If you went to jail and you called up your friend, what would they assume you went in for?
jeez. Probably drunk and disorderly, I reckon.
Well, we've all been there.
Yeah, we've all been there, but the ADHD in me just
Yeah.
1 turns into 2, turns into 15, turns into stumbling home, doing God knows what. Yeah, there's a few funny stories.
Did you hear to what the tree just said to me?
Yeah,
Look, we call that asset a misunderstanding.
yeah.
That's
what
all
it
it
is.
is.
That's
Yeah,
all it is.
just a little talking to.
Bit of extra love juice, you know. That's all I need.
Do you want to go into your idea? That's first of all done, by the way. You smashed it.
You're very good.
Oh, thank God.
We can wrap up now.
Yeah. See you, boys.
Well, I was just going to say that like exercising releases the good endorphins in your body and everybody feels good after a run, after a cycle, after a gym session, whatever it is. Maybe that could be part of your calling right there. You've got the Ryde Run Club going. I'm sure once everybody finishes as a group, you know, there's a big bunch of endorphins and everybody links up together and they're having a great time. Maybe you're already on that mission, mate.
Yeah, I've definitely like approached that space a little bit more of recent. I think just starting the run club in the first year was kind of such a big mission, trying to make sure that, you know, it was what people wanted it to be. But then again, I realized no one really cares. So just making it what I wanted it to be, making it a space where people can just kind of turn up, and that's the barrier to entry. You have to be there. You know, anyone's pace, anyone's PR or anything like that kind of goes out the window. And we do have a certain like time and distance that most of us will run, but there's nothing stopping anyone from turning up and just going, listen, I want to run with you guys at this time, but I can only run a certain distance. You run that certain distance, and then, you know, we all get back at the end and we all celebrate that. But I think just like having community is such an important thing for mental health. Like having connection. Like I've seen like one of my mates that I've only established since starting the Run Club, Hunter. He started a mental health charity called Mental Fitness Collective, and he's doing an amazing things in that space. And he put out some content a few weeks ago about the importance of connection, and connection with others is the single biggest factor around poor mental health. And if you start to establish a strong connection with community around you, you'll be surprised at how positive your mental health changes. And I'm like firsthand experience of that. Like my mental health in the late of 2023 was probably the worst it's ever been. Like borderline suicidal, really in a really dark space. And I was looking for something, and I didn't know what I was looking for, but I knew I needed to find something to fix my life. I had a kid who was, approaching 1 year old. Could have been like the sleepless nights for months that was affecting that as well. But like, it's crazy how that happens. But I knew I was looking for something. And then when I started the Run Club, I just giving back to the community with nothing, like no expectation of return, was such a freeing thing for me. And a lot of people are like, oh, like it must be it must be such a big effort for you. I'm like, it's not really, because I'm turning up for a run. I'm going for a run anyway. And I'm inviting people to come along. And when people come along there's no price, there's no membership fee, there's no expectation on you to run a certain distance. I know that when people turn up, they want to be there. And like just knowing that so many people want to be there is such an amazing thing. But I think definitely in the mental health space, running and physical activity in general is like a must-have, like for positive mental health. Like I think I can't think of a time. I've been physically active almost my entire life, doing some sort of sport or physical activity. But yeah, I definitely think physical activity is one of the biggest keys for mental health, along with connection, and the fact that I'm able to combine both has been amazing.
It is fantastic.
Yeah.
And you even had a journey at one point before the Run Club on your powerlifting.
Yeah. So I did powerlifting for like 5 years. And that was out of the back end of a previous sport that I had played, which was dragon boat racing. Came out of I did dragon boat racing for about 4 years, made the Australian under 24 team for that. And the training that we had to put through for that team was just so intense. And I was borderline traumatized at the end of it, because I was like sacrificing so much time and effort and days. And I even stopped studying for 6 months.
Almost became unenjoyable.
Yeah, it became unenjoyable because my entire life revolved around it.
Sorry, when you say studying, was that uni or high school?
Yeah, uni.
Really?
So I took 6 months leave from uni to be a full-time athlete in dragon boat racing, and it was an amazing experience. I'd definitely do it again if I had my time. It was phenomenal. I ticked a massive life goal of mine off to represent my country. But then out of the end of that, I was I want to do something a bit more enjoyable. And I was kind of already doing squats and benching and deadlifting in the gym for dragon boat racing anyway. And then started training a bit more powerlifting style. Had a quick Google, found a 6-week program where I could just put my numbers in and do that. And then that took off. And yeah, I find when I throw myself into sports, it's I don't just go I'll try this out for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, see how I go.
You're all or nothing.
I'm 100% in, or I'm out. That's the issue. And with running, not just socially running, but have to make a run club.
You were lifting. I remember seeing your stories. You were lifting some serious weight.
Yeah, it's putting up some big numbers. So just before COVID, the second COVID lockdown hit, I hit like a 170 bench, was pulling 270, squatting 255 in my last comp as well. Like, it's putting up some big numbers, but like crazy how like, comparison is the thief of joy. Like, hearing those numbers now, like if I was to try and do that in the gym now, I'd die. I would proper die. Like just, and those numbers now, looking back at it, I'm like, whoa, that's insane. But in the middle of it, I'm like, as soon as I hit a PR, I'd be like, what's the next? What am I aiming for next? Like, what's my next PB?
Yeah.
Like, even when I'd hit the 170 bench, like I was so over the moon. Like I'd been working so hard for that. And then I was like, immediately, like 30 seconds later, I was like, all right, I'm going to hit 175 next. Like that'll be at comp. And it's just like, there's always like that next thing.
And we don't do that as guys, though, recognizing how much we've done. We're not good at acknowledging that.
I think
ever. Like when we do stuff, like Jack was saying his achievements, and his wife's been the one
to ground me in it.
Yeah.
And I think like having chats with Hunter from Mental Fitness Collective, like he's shown me some different strategies that we can do to just like to be grounded in that moment. And it's like they're so simple often at times, like just like looking for like 5 things around you. 4 things that you can smell, or 4 things that you can hear, and going like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, going through your different senses. And just in that moment, like when you stop and once you get to usually like 3 or 2, you actually start to realize like, oh, I'm actually fully being right in this moment. So I think oftentimes, especially like in society at the moment, like you're always kind of like trying to make sure you go to the next step. You're trying to, be one better than what you were before. And that's amazing. And like, don't get me wrong, that progression is something that we always need to be striving for. But I think when we do achieve things, it's like okay to celebrate it. It's okay to be in it. And I think that's also an Australian thing as well. Like when people achieve some great things, like even in the media, like someone will achieve something amazing, and then if they're not achieving better than what they were before, it's like, oh, they're a failure. Like, they're not as good as what they were. They're on their way down, and then the media starts down talking them. And, I think you constantly need to be the best or be better than when you even the best, that kind of thing. So just being able to acknowledge that sometimes like your achievements do matter, but also no one really cares.
Yeah. Do you feel like, and like, I've been thinking about this too, this conundrum with society at the moment where it's not community.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's on their own island.
Yeah.
And no one wants to build that bridge to connect them all.
Yeah.
And don't have to go into too much. Like, I always saw you, especially during uni. I was like, man, Jack, like I want to be like that built. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like looking up like that.
Yeah.
Like I may have never told you that.
Nah.
And it's not because of the camera. No, but like, especially for like guys and going into as a man, like how do you become a man these days?
Yeah, it's
like you both got boys.
You even mentioned something earlier. Well, yeah, that's right. I've got a girl and a boy. I find raising the girl so much easier than the thought of continuing raising my son.
Yeah.
Because you got to make a man out of these little boys.
Yeah.
And my girl, all I have to do is love her.
Yeah.
And ruin everybody else's life.
It's hard. It's so hard. Particularly like my biggest thought around like the type of father that I want to be. Like I take the good aspects from all the important male role models in my life, like my own father, my grandfather. Those are the two biggest influences on my life in terms of a male role model. But I am always approaching my parenthood to my son with the thought, and this is so morbid, like if I was to die, he would be okay. Like he should be like obviously distressed and distraught. His father's passed away, but be independent, be functioning, be able to cope with the loss of his own father.
And ready to look after his mother.
Yeah. And I think obviously, he's not even 3 years old yet. It's a bit of a big ask for a 3-year-old. Stop crying, But no, but like, eventually down the track when I pass from old age, that he would be okay with my passing. Like he would be able to function, be able to work, be able to go and do things, and just be a successful is such a messed up word. Be a productive member of society, give back, be a good human being at the end of the day. Because at the end of the day, like I find, and if you know, being a teacher, everyone's had teachers, so everyone knows like what a good teacher is, and everyone remembers the teachers that cared. No one remembers the teachers that, you know, made their reading level go up 4 reading levels in a term. Like that's a great thing. Don't get me wrong, but like no one's going, oh yeah, my year 1 teacher really helped me like read an extra 4 reading levels this term in term 2. And I was like, cool.
They remember the teachers that gave you a good learning experience.
We did it before. Like we were just rattling off, like you guys are rattling off names. And it's like, oh, that guy's a good bloke. Oh, she was the best. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's connection.
Yeah, 100%.
And like humans are, you know,
we're hardwired to connect.
Yeah, we thrive on connection and social islands and things like that. And then we just don't have it.
And you said something earlier about, you know, when I think it was 2022, 23, you said, where you're going through your rough stage and your son hadn't even hit 1 yet.
Yeah.
Do you find that it's because in that first year, this is bouncing off something completely different, but about mental health, you found, like, I know when my daughter was born, my oldest, it was shit the first few months.
Oh, yeah.
I literally would pull up, you know, in this very garage, and I'd sit in the car and think about going upstairs because I'm like, I can do nothing for this kid.
Yeah.
I'm going to help my wife by grabbing a few things, but otherwise you feel useless.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
You know, and it's not until that they sort of recognize you.
Yeah.
You know, when you walk in that door after a day of work and all of a sudden, oh, I am important.
Yeah.
You know?
It's really hard because, you know, like studies show like modern fathers are spending 3 times as much time with their kids than, you know, the generation beforehand. But it still doesn't feel enough. Like it doesn't even feel close to being enough. And just trying to make sure that you're balancing, you know, am I providing financially? Am I present in that moment with my kid? Am I, you know, doing enough for my wife? Am I supporting her? You know, is our romantic relationship thriving? Like all of these different things trying to come into play and trying to balance it all out. You're never going to get it perfect. And I think something that I'm really, really, I learned and I set my foot down very early on in my teaching career was you're never going to get a perfect day. You can get a perfect 5 minutes for sure, but you're never going to get a perfect day. So like aiming for everything to be in pure homeostasis is unachievable. You can't have it at all. Like, you know, I might be really passionate about my running and really pushing for, you know, I've got a marathon in a couple of weeks, really pushing for that. I know that's going to take energy from other places. And I'm okay with it taking energy from a couple of places because I know long term it's going to all balance out. But yeah, I definitely think like that connection is like, it's so important. It's like, and yeah, it's one of those biggest, I think connection is one of the biggest things.
So why do you think it's just so going sideways?
When in your first year of parenting, it's like you want to do the best job that you can for your family. So ironically, you throw your entire self into being a parent and you almost lose who you are outside of that.
And it is, again, the lack of sleep.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the angry wife because she's losing more sleep than we are.
Yeah.
You know, God bless him.
Sounds like you're on your own here, mate.
Oh no, like fully, like you know, there's so many sleepless nights where you're just like, as the dad, you're like, oh, like I wish I could take this off you, but like these things are useless. The
kid doesn't settle.
These things are useless.
But not just that, the kid doesn't settle down.
Yeah.
With the father like they do with the mother in most cases, I'd say anyway. Like now, me and my daughter we can't get her away from me most nights.
100%.
We're shocked that you can't hear her screaming right now. But normally, like she's just attached by the hip, and you know where I don't know. It was I knew what I was getting into the second time around.
Yeah.
And with the second kid, I had a purpose: look after the older one.
Yeah.
Which was great. Still hard on the wife. Obviously, it's always going to be harder on them. But yeah, no one really prepares you for. No one really prepares you for that first year. Yes, you're learning everything new. Yes, every day is a new experience with your firstborn. But yeah, just how you sort of got to remember that you are going to become important, because
Yeah.
I reckon a lot of men will get stuck in that rut that you
Big
said
time.
you were in.
Big time.
Like I said, I was pulling up
Yeah.
in the garage thinking the same thing. Sometimes like, fuck, well, I'm going to go upstairs and for what?
Yeah.
After a whole day of work just to...
I was driving to work in tears most days, like especially like because I was very fortunate enough. I got like the first 6 months of leave, so I took some long service leave. You know, we had school holidays, and it all kind of balanced out. So I got like the first 6 months off. So it wasn't. I didn't go back to work until Noah was about like 7 months, 8 months, like you know. And those first couple of months, like that first term, I can't remember a day that I didn't go in crying. Like it was like, I hated it. I hated it, and I was like. I go to work. I know like my job here is to like support financially, but I was like, I want more than that. Like I want to be part of this kid's life. And I think when you think long term, you go, okay, I might not be the most important person in his life now, but now that he's almost 3, mate, taking him to the skate park and you see like his eyes light up. He's like, Dad, come with me, come with me, come with me. And Mum doesn't even get a look in. Like it's the best. So I think acknowledging that like for different parts of your child's life, you're going to be the priority parent eventually for certain things. And I think mums are always going to be the default parent because mums are, you know, the caring, the nurturing. Like, don't get me wrong, dads can be that too. But like if mum's there, they're going to go to mum.
You always
And
run to your mother.
They always run to your mum. And I think that's where you always seek that emotional support. And I think when things really hit the fan, like kids are going to go to mum. But like as dad, you just got to be there and go, okay, like, yeah, it might suck. Yeah, like he might be, you know, prioritizing mum at the moment. But like you always be there. You always show the love and it's going to come around. It's going to come back around. You know, and nothing like, you know, toddlers are so rough, man. Like I got my first like, Daddy, I want you to go back to work.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got that a few weeks ago,
That
and I
stings.
was
What the
like,
hell?
"Oh my heart, man!" Like this kid, like took me all of my strength not to like just break down there. I've had it like almost every day since then, and now I'm just like, "All right, champ, get back to bed." Like, you'll be right. Oh, but that first time hurt.
Damn, that's what it feels. I
Yeah.
felt that then.
It becomes funny after a while.
Yeah, the
It does.
first, yeah. My sister heard it the other day, and she was like, "Oh, you all right?" I was like, "Yeah, it's the 30th time he said it today. Don't worry about it."
So again, I'm bringing up like, I guess, yeah, past that's hard, but like, so you've hit this low. How did it come to a run club? But like, you know,
So,
Well, nonetheless, how good does it feel that you've got a backing behind you when you're going for your runs? You know what I mean?
yeah. There's because the entry level for Ryde Run Club is so low. It's like you literally like you don't have to pay membership. You don't have to do anything. You just turn up, ready to run, and you can be part of us.
and you're doing every run.
Yeah, every run. There's might be a couple where I'm feeling pretty crook and I'm like, I'm on the toilet. Definitely not coming today. I've got a few of the guys who are pretty regular that I'm like, I'll message and I'll be like, hey, listen, can you just lead it today? But yeah, so I've done pretty much, I think I've only missed out like 4 runs myself. And we've been going for almost a year and a half. So 2 to 3 days a week, a year and a half, it's like almost 200 runs. at
Very
least.
solid, mate.
So-
Yeah, that's crazy.
I could get all the Strava details out, but
Yeah.
no one wants to see that.
Flex it.
But yeah, so hitting this massive low, I was searching for something. I knew I was searching for something, and I was kind of already doing, you know, like that hybrid, like high rocks stuff kind of style training. I wasn't doing high rocks, but like, you know, it was trying to be strong, but also be fit at the same time. And I got into a bit of running. Wanted to do my first cities. Actually, the reason why I got into running was because my sister messaged me and be like, hey, we're starting the touch footy team back up. You want to come? I'm like, yeah, I'm in. I'm like, I haven't run in 5 years. like not for a bus, not for nothing. Like I haven't run in 5 years. And I was like, all right, I better, you know, start some training. I remember the first run that I did, I ran 1.4 Ks, like struggled to get home. Like I was so unfit. And I remember coming back after like 20 minutes and my wife was like, oh, that's pretty good. Like 20 minutes for your first run. I was like, no, I was like dying out the front for like 15 minutes. Like I only ran for like 5 minutes max. And then I remember thinking after that first run, being like, this is gonna be so sick in like a year when like I look back on this, or like 2 years when I look back on this and be like, that was hard then. And like, you know, like I did like a 11K run this afternoon, and like at speeds that like if I was to tell myself 2 years ago, I'd be like, no way. There's no way you're doing that. So just to have that progress over a long period of time. But yeah, the reason why I started the run club was I had started, you know, running myself. I built up to, you know, city to surf, did my first city to surf, was running around like our local area. Like, and for those of you who like live in like the Ryde area, you'd be very familiar with Epping Road. So the way that I was training for city to surf, I was just running up and down Epping Road. And like, there's some serious hills on Epping Road. So I was
massive hills.
I was well and truly prepared. But I remember I found this like little running track, and I saw a whole bunch of people running along at different times of the day. And I was like, oh, like I know run clubs are getting pretty popular around this time. Like, surely maybe there's one near me that I could like join or whatever. And like, sure enough, like they're all like down near Meadowbank and, you know, Rhodes area, and they're all great run clubs down there. Like, don't get me wrong, but there was nothing like kind of near us, like near where I was living. And I thought, oh, you know, it'd be a perfect spot. Like this nice little walking track. It's about it's like 5Ks down and back. It'd be perfect for a run club. And I was talking to my wife about it, and she goes like, well, why don't you start a run club? I was like, I'm not, I'd been running for a year, but I was like, I'm not a runner. Like, I'm not a PT. I'm not a running coach. I can't start a run club. She's like, who says you have to do that? I said, I remember being in the shower one day, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm just going to start it. Like, I'm just going to do it. So I printed off a whole bunch of posters, created an Instagram, word spread, you know, scan the QR code, log on to the Instagram, build a bit of hype around it. Yeah, and then, you know, people came.
It's the way to do it, man.
Much to my surprise, and people are still coming, which is great. And you know, with the weather we've been having at the moment, it's been a bit dodgy, but you know, people still turn up, and you know, sometimes it's people's, you know, like this is like my one time getting out of the house to do something physically active for myself, and you know, I'm going to do it. So if I can like provide a space, I tell people, you know, my little like mantra is like, we're a space and a place. We're a space and a place for people to come and run, and what you want to do with us is up to you. Like if you want to run with us, like with the majority of the group, hectic, come run with us. If you want to run out in front of us and show us your real speed and you run the course before and beat everyone, go for it. If you want to turn up and you just want to run 400 meters around a park, go for it. We're a space and a place for people to turn up. There's no judgment. You are here to run. And the amazing thing about that is when people turn up, I know they're there to run. I know they're there because they want to be there. I've created a community that people want to come to. And it's such an amazing thing. Like, you know, some days where I'm like, oh, it's been raining the last 12 hours or so. Not many people will turn up. And then we get like a big group. I'm like, these people are here because I started something like a year and a half ago. Like, that's crazy. But yeah, it's such a phenomenal thing to see. You know, we've got, you know, local council, like, you know, councillors, like we've had, you know, deputy mayors, we had, you know, federal members run with us, we've had, you know, state politicians run with us as well. Got mentioned in New South Wales Parliament by name, like, which is crazy. You know, we get like Lululemon messaging us a few times a year being like, hey, come on by, like, let's see what we can do. You know, we've been able to organise some really cool events. One that we started last year, that we collaborated with another run club, with the Western Sydney Uni Run Club, for More Than a Run, which is like it's like the activity version of Movember. So they're linked with Movember, and they're like an associated charity partner. And we do like an organised run for 10 or 30 or 60 Ks. And I remember signing up to host this run. And the longest I had ever run before that was like a half marathon, which like is like a pretty decent feat, don't get me wrong. But going from 21 Ks to 60 Ks, it's a massive jump. But I managed to do it in 7 weeks. So every week I was adding like 5 Ks to my long run. And I managed to do a 60K run, which was just like insane. But like just organizing events like that, like I love it. Like I just love being able to create a place for people just to come and run, people just to meet up. There's no like expectation. There's no financial incentive. Like I'm not charging people. I'm not trying to make money out of this. I just want to create something that's good, you know? And there's not a lot of that. I feel there's a lot of,
You're leading a community. It's fantastic.
yeah. I think there's a lot more of this needs to happen where like people just do things for the love of it, for, you know, being able to give back. And the intrinsic value that I have received from that is like immeasurable. Like I can't, like just being able to turn up on a Saturday morning and see like 30 people there, and those 30 people chose to wake up. Those 30 people chose to have their brekkie a little bit earlier. They chose to drive or run down or meet at a specific time at a place that I chose to start it. And it's such an amazing thing. Just to be like create that community. Yeah, it's one of the things that like I know that when I like I'm at the end of my life and I'm looking back on my life, like this will be something that I'm like, that was really cool. Like I actually did make a difference there. That was really cool. So, yeah.
Right, incredible. But like, so you run how many times a week?
Me personally, I run it for like 4 to 5 times a week, but we've got 2 like sessions. We do a Thursday afternoon, which is like a bit more. It's like an 8K run, a little bit of hill, nothing too hard. But then the Saturday morning we do either a 15, a 10, or a 5. So if you're doing longer distance, you start a bit earlier. So the goal is that everyone finishes around the same time. Like usually we have a bit of a variance. Like we've got people who run faster and slower and that kind of thing. But the goal is that everyone sits there, well, everyone stands around and waits for the final person to finish. We all have a chat. We have a bit of a debrief. And generally what ends up happening is as the last person is approaching or finishing off, like everyone's already having their little conversations, and we stop and congratulate everyone because, like, you know, we all ran the same distance. We all ran 15 or 10 or 5Ks. Just because you did it faster or you did it slower doesn't really mean much. Like the growth that I have seen from some of the runners that run with us is insane. Like I've seen, you know, some of the girls go from like a 35-minute 5K to a 25-minute 5K in the space of a year, just because they're consistently showing up. And they might not be coming to every single run session, and they might be doing their own thing as well. But just being like a part of that process and seeing that improvement is such a cool thing.
And like, even if they are doing something by themselves, that's been inspired by the Ryde Run Club. You know what I mean?
I hope so.
I think so. Yeah, 100%. But, and even, how did you design these courses though? Was it your own tracks that you were doing pretty much? And
we've had a bit of a kind of a trial and test, and the track itself is like a bike and walking path that starts on Quarry Road at Santa Rosa Park, and it goes all the way down to Macquarie Centre. You got to cross, I think, 2 roads, and but they're not too busy or anything like that, and they're pretty well lit, thankfully. So, so it goes all the way down there, and that's like 2.7 Ks down, and then 2.7 back. So it's a little bit more than a 5K. I usually just tell people it's 5K, and then they get the bonus extra few hundred meters on their Strava, which they love. But our 8K loop, we go through Macquarie Uni. We go up through Macquarie Uni, do a loop around the block there, and then come back onto the running track. But we started, very early on, I wanted to try and appeal to, what did runners want? And it's so funny that like I still often talk about like, what do runners want? Like what do other runners want? And I still find it very hard for myself to identify as a runner, even though like I run 5 days a week and I've done an ultra marathon and done a marathon and I'm training for another marathon in 2 weeks, but I still wouldn't really call myself a runner, even though I own a run club. But at the very start, I was like, okay, runners like to do these certain types of training, this certain type of training. Maybe we'll do some intervals. So we'll go to a park or go down to ELS Hall and we'll just run around the oval there, do some intervals there. That was fun for a bit, but I think it made it a bit too much like other run clubs where they're trying to perform and the focus was on performance rather than on community. And I think I took those sessions away because I was like, I didn't feel that it like aligned with what I wanted the run club to be. Although it's 100% a great strategy, and I do interval runs in my own runs as well. But I think taking it back to what it was supposed to be at the start was something that was really important. But a lot of the courses that we've run are kind of the very first few months, I mixed it up every week. I changed the course design, or I changed where we wanted to run, or I added a little bit here, or I took away a bit there. And after many, many months and many runs, I found there were a lot of really... I found the route that we eventually settled on now is something that I think is really easy. It's really easy to follow. But most importantly, it's like, I think it's safe. It's a very safe run. It's really well lit. Except for one part at Santa Rosa Park. And if anyone from local government is watching this, really need you to get on it. I've been messaging you guys all the time about it.
Fix that shit.
Yeah, we need lights.
You need swearing here.
We need lights. Jordan Lane, where you at?
Mate, you make me feel like I can come and do your run.
100%.
I can't.
You could.
I promise you I can't.
You definitely can, because...
Get on camera. Get on camera, please. That would be so good. I'll join you.
But we know I can't run. I got bad hips.
You can walk.
I can walk.
There you go.
Even that might be hard, but I'll yeah, you made me feel like I'll come.
You just got to turn up, mate.
I know. You know what it is for me? It's the 2 days after. Everything seizes up. Yeah. It's bad.
I've got those like compression, like leg things now because I run so much that like I just literally sit in these compression boots at home. It's phenomenal. You should get them.
What are you talking about?
You know the like where you zip them up and they like inflate. They're called compression boots.
No,
they're so good.
Do you know about this?
All the elite athletes will use them, mate. You should get some. They're so good.
You know about this. You never told me.
Yeah, they're for people that train.
Fuck off. Told you I run to the fridge.
Yeah. Mate, that could be a sweaty experience.
It is sweaty.
Sweaty.
All right, so Jack, let's say I'm new. I see Ryde Running Club. I'm coming to a session. I know you've got a bit of a secret with what it is, but what should I expect from the moment I get there?
It's pretty much as soon as you get there. Like I'm very good with faces. I'm horrendous with names. So like if you're a regular and you run with Ryde Running Club, I'll know your I'll know your face. I'll need to see you 400 times before I know your name. But if you're a brand newbie, I'll be able to tell pretty much straight away because I'm there for every run. I'm the owner. I'm there all the time. So I'll know that you're new. And what I've done over the last few months is tried to make it short, make it as easy as possible for people who are cautious about starting a run club or starting a new run club to feel confident that they can come to our run club, because a lot of people have like most people who run use Strava. We've got the Strava routes accessible in our Instagram. I've even got like a post on our Instagram that shows you the route as well. All that information is there. So if you just simply turn up, all you need to be is like honest with me about, okay, like, do you run regularly? If you do run regularly and you're able to run 5Ks, you'll have absolutely no problem. If you're someone who's relatively new to running, I would kind of like, I wouldn't say like it's not the run club for you, because our run club is for literally anyone. As long as you're there to run, you can come run with us. What I outlined to everyone is we outline the route. Most people run around a certain pace. So we kind of have like, depending on the numbers that we have, some people might run faster, some people might run slower. But at the end of the day, as long as you're out there giving it a crack, you're gonna be part of our community. And then at the end of the run, we all meet back up at the starting point. Like the start is where we finish all the time. So we all meet back there. We'll have a little debrief, we have a chat, and that's where the connection comes in. Very often at the start of Ryde Run Club, I felt like I had to lead all the connection. I had to be the one that was having conversations with all the new runners. I had to be the one that was, leading the run. I had to be the one that was making sure everyone was like enjoying it. And what I found was there were some times where I was like, you know what, I just want to do my own run and I just want to like switch off. I don't want to have to be that leader. I don't want to have to drive the conversation. And as I did that a couple of times, I noticed that I didn't have to be the one leading the conversation. I didn't have to be the one leading the connection, because the people themselves who are running with me can do that on their own. People can converse freely on their own will, but that didn't occur to me. But what I found was taking a step back and allowing people to just be in that space and converse how they wanted to and engage with Ryde Run Club how they wanted to, eventually led to an understanding that at the end of the run, I very often I'll go around and be like, good job, fist bump. And then I'll go off and I'll take some photos or whatever. And very often people will just start their own conversations. And the amount of people that have come to the Run Club who have absolutely no idea who anyone else is. So many people have come where they don't bring a friend or anything, or they don't know anyone at the Run Club, and they've just turned up on their own. And they keep coming back because they've made a new connection. And, I feel like because they've started to become part of that community, they feel slightly not like that they have to be there, because I know that no one has to turn up, because no one really cares. But at the end of the day, people will want to turn up because they do care, because they want that, because they know I have to get this run in, but I want to be in a community that is enjoyable, who helps me, who wants me to be better, but also just wants to run without any judgment.
But they've also got that one thing in common, right? Yeah. So they might be from different places, different things, doing different things, whatever. They might not have anything in common, but they're all going to run together.
They all run.
They all run. That's the one thing they have in common. That's what they're there for.
And it's crazy. I'm in a conversation at the moment about creating some larger scale events for runners in our area with a few other run clubs. And we've got run clubs, like Muslim run clubs, Maronite run clubs, women's run clubs. We've got run clubs from universities, and all of these people coming together is phenomenal. And the Sydney Marathon that's coming up is it's going to be such an amazing experience, because it's going to be the highlight of running in Sydney. It's going to be this event that brings every single person who is a runner into Sydney to experience this amazing event. And something that really stuck with me is when you Google the definition of runner, it doesn't mention pace. So you could be the slowest runner in the world or the fastest runner in the world. If you run 42.2 Ks, you're a marathon runner. You run 10 Ks, you can run a 10K. Doesn't matter how slow or how fast you do it. And I think that's why running is so amazing, is there's literally no bar to entry. If you can move your body, you can be a runner. And I think a lot of other sports really struggle to have that such a low bar of entry, because you need skill development and all those kinds of things. Whereas if you're a runner, my running technique's not that great. I've seen videos of myself run. I'm like, is that how I look? after all that training, I still look like that. What the heck? But like at the end of the day, like I still run. Like, you know, there's no barrier for entry with running, and I think that's why it's so great. Yeah.
So is the Sydney Marathon your next event? Because I saw a lot of people repping Ryde Running in previous events. It's become a good thing.
It's obviously like Ryde Run Club's purely like my thing, and a lot of people have been like, oh, you know, you're trying to make a bit of money out of it, and as we were saying before, like once the money gets involved, it becomes stressful. Like it becomes a job, and I've already got one job. I don't want a second, but like I created this run club purely to give back, and I think the shirts that we all got organised, that was purely just because I got a big tax return one year, and I was like, run club's getting pretty popular. I'll just make some shirts. You know, we sold them at cost price, so I didn't make any money out of it, and people bought them up real quick. So I was like, okay, I've been thinking actually like maybe I should do a second batch at the moment. So I'll have to get you guys some. That's for sure.
Well, we have to go on the run.
Yeah, you have to go on the run. You have to come.
I'll work up to it.
There you go.
You can walk it. Anyone.
Oh, no.
You could do like the 200 meters, like you said.
I can walk 200 meters.
There you go.
I can do that.
You're in. You're
I'm
a
in.
runner.
I'll bring oranges for everybody.
There we go.
Nick will like be the demise of Ryde Running Club. He'll start bringing paninis. He'll start bringing everything just to like taint all your hard work.
Oh, that's
your
it.
conversation
That's
at the end is a food galore, like extravaganza.
Honestly, we might get more people turning up then. That'd be great.
I could work something out.
Get a little food truck set up. It'd be hectic.
He's literally the guy just getting all the food after that.
I'm the greasy kebab guy in my singlet.
Yeah, what's the attire actually? This is very crucial for him.
See, with running, like people used to just like 10 years ago, you looked at people out running, you'd be like, oh, it's just a shirt and shorts and some shoes. Bro, the fit has to be on point now. It's crazy. Like, and I'm the worst. Like, I'm so like, I get caught up in like fashion trends so often. Like you got to match. You got to match the shoes with the socks. You got to have like some sort of element. Like, if you're not running in like $700 worth of equipment, you're not running apparently.
Can I run in jeans and boots?
You could try. The chafe might be horrendous.
I could imagine. Back in my days when I used to run, my nipples always used to chafe.
Yeah.
Terrible feeling.
I was going to say, he ran the Bay Run like a madman.
That's crazy.
I used to run the bay and then take a pre-workout and hit the gym straight after.
That's crazy.
Every single day.
Every day?
Every single day. I was into it, but this is probably why my hips screwed.
Yeah, it's probably not looking after your body as
I wasn't
well.
running in boots as well, by the way. Let's just make that clear.
Yeah, like, oh man, like you've got to have $300 shoes but you know, we say that as a joke, but realistically, like anyone turns up in anything, like it's...
We'll book it in. I'll come for a run. I'll pay for it a few days later, but I'll come for a run.
That's it.
I'll come for a run.
There we go.
Or just timetable it where we've not got events on, so you can sort of... Well, what days are the running club?
Well, we've got Thursday afternoons, 5:30, and then Saturday mornings.
Well, you got work Saturday morning. We've got to do Thursday.
All
right, let's tee one up. We can do it.
So next time you see this...
We'll do it. We'll film it, Nick. We'll film it. We can do a collaboration.
There we go.
Talking about it. I'm starting to sweat. I think I might be the lights.
This doesn't count as the run. Just so you know. All right, you still have to come.
Just because the heart rate's up doesn't mean you're running.
What's your Strava say, Nick?
Quick, we better log this on Strava.
I actually think I have a Strava account.
Do you?
I think so. Can I bring my push bike and run my push bike?
Yeah.
What about my motorbike?
Oh, it might be a bit off-roady.
Be like a Ryde Gang Club or something.
Yeah,
So, wrapping up here, Jack, what do you think is the ceiling to this, or is there none at this point? Like, you've done such hard work for a year and a half. You've got your Sydney Marathon coming up. You've done the 60Ks, which is like, well, Marco, we didn't mention Marco. Marco is on the show before.
Marco is one of the OGs at Ryde Run Club. He's been there pretty much, I would say, every weekend.
And he's into it.
He's proper into it.
Yeah,
like,
he talks about it a lot.
He's a better runner than me, for sure. Like, he's so fit. He's so fast, too. But no, he's been amazing. He's been like me and him have been bouncing ideas around all the time about what we can do with it and those kinds of things. But yeah, in terms of where it's going to go, I think, I'll take it as far as it's fun. So once it starts becoming fun and enjoyable, and I think I want the community aspect around it. I think if once you get too big for your boots, that kind of thing, the community aspect kind of goes out the window. But in saying that, like, if 500 people turn up for a run on Saturday, I'm not going to say no to them. But, I don't see that eventually happening like in the next year or so. It might eventually happen, which would be amazing. Like, that would be phenomenal. But I think for me, it's going to be about what can Ryde Run Club do for the community, not what people are going to do for me and come and run with me or whatever. What can we do for everyone else? What events can we put on? How can we give back to the community? That's why I'm being so passionate about. I joked before about the lights at Santa Rosa Park, but it's something that I have been weirdly obsessive over, because I know once those lights go in, it'll be like I made this community a better place. So I think just knowing that I'm making an impact, as long as I'm making a positive impact on the community, it'll keep going.
Who are we calling out for these lights again?
Oh, Jordan Lane.
Jordan
Lane. I've messaged him about it, messaged local council about it, but right council, notorious.
No, we'll get onto him. We'll call some people.
We'll call some people.
I know
a guy. You know a guy. We'll get our guys to meet up.
We don't know anyone.
All right, just wrapping up here. Jack, any last words before we do our Flaeva 5 with you?
Ooh. Last words. Going out. I think something that I really want people to take away from watching this is not only does no one really care, but as long as you care. And I think finding something that you really care about and pursuing it as far as you can is only going to be a good thing in your life. And the no one really cares is so great, because if you mess up, no one really cares. If you are really worried about starting something, no one really cares. If you are, really, really, really passionate about something that you think other people will hate, no one really cares. As long as it makes you happy, and as long as it's something that you can see is going to make a positive impact in your life, pursue it to the nth degree. And that's only going to reap benefits.
It's a wisdom like I've never heard in my life. It's fantastic. Fantastic.
The best part about it, no one cares.
No one really cares?
No.
I can't wait to say that to the next Karen I see. Guess what Jack told me?
Yeah, no one really cares. I'm ad-libbing, of course. There.
All right, Jack, just to end on here, we do a Flaeva 5. It's pretty much, we give you a conundrum or situation. You've got to rank it best from 5 to 1. And it's related to Ryde Running Club, mate. It's the 5 best routes you think you've run.
Oh, okay. 5 best routes. So I'm going to go...
Let's go scenic.
Scenic?
Let's go scenic. Yeah,
Go 5 to 1?
Yeah. Or it can just be a 5.
Just 5 in general?
Just 5 good ones.
5 in general. Well, I did the Gold Coast Marathon recently. Great. Like, if you're going to do your first marathon, that's the place to do it. It's for real flat. Great little weekend trip away as well. Something I regret not doing is bringing the family with me. It would have been great to have them up there with me doing it. Gold Coast Marathon, that trip up there, really great. I think the Bay Run. Everyone knows the Bay Run. It's known for a reason. Like, it's a really lovely route. I think, what else? Running down through Meadowbank along there, That's really nice. The running from Meadowbank up to Parramatta. I used to, before I got into running, I was actually into cycling. And that's like how I first started cycling. I was just riding up and down there. So when I do some long runs and I don't want to run around a bunch of hills around Ryde, I'll do that one. That's really nice. What else? Nice, really. Bondi to Bronte. Like, that's along through there. That's real scenic. It's a bit short, but like you can add on a run, a bit further there.
Isn't there a lot of stairs on that one?
Yeah, it's a bit. But like, I think just running around the beaches is always phenomenal. And obviously, saving the best till last, the Ryde Run Club route, obviously. Running through Santa Rosa Park, down to Macquarie Centre, turn around, come back, nice little cheeky 5K.
Is that Terry's Creek?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know the route.
Yeah. So, not Terry's Creek. What's it?
Was Terry's Creek the one that goes to Epping?
That's the Epping one.
Near the high school there.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one. But yeah, phenomenal run. You should come. You guys should come too.
You guys should come too.
All three, all four of you. I'll see you there.
We'll do it. We'll book in a date. We'll go.
Let's go.
We'll go. Let's quickly book in a date now so we can tell the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, we will catch you there. James, tell me if this isn't a good date. The 11th of September.
I don't know. No.
That's a bad date.
That's a real
That's a
bad
very
date.
bad date. This was the first Thursday that's available here, guys.
And
This is a disaster.
how about we'll do a story. We'll do a story and we'll tag. Let's do that.
We could just do the following week, guys. But
No, I don't. No, we'll do a story.
It is a Thursday, though. Let's just make that clear.
What a way to finish.
Where can we find you, Jack? Just before we end it up,
On Instagram at Ryde Run Club or at Ryde Running. Google or Instagram, both of them, and they will come up number one there. But yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, give him a follow or give the group a follow, and we'll see you on the 18th of September. We'll catch you next week.